And as the ribbon says, we shall not forget, and that's still true today. 11 days after the attacks on our country, a day we will never forget. And Bruce Chen joins us down in the Royals dugout. It's certainly a day, or a time I should say, he wouldn't forget. And if you didn't catch Bruce with Joel during Hy-Vee Royals Live, Bruce talked about being the first major league pitcher to throw a pitch after September the 11th, and he did it in New York against his old team, the Atlanta Braves. And you must have had all kinds of things as far as emotions and feelings rushing through you on that night, Bruce.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a very special night, not only for me that was pitching, my teammates, but all the people in New York. It was the first game back in New York. Our stadium, Shea Stadium, was used for collecting donations, like food and water and everything for the victims, or for the people helping actually at the September 11 in New York.
Bruce, what was your thoughts before you took the mound that night? Were you nervous? Were you not sure what to expect? And what was unusual is to see both teams shake hands before the game. That was unusual. You probably were out in the pen at that time, but were you nervous?
Yes, I was very nervous. It was full stadium, packed. I mean, this game was bigger. I mean, it didn't really matter. It wasn't that much important. Like, okay, we've got to win, or our standing. We wanted to win for New York. We were representing the fire department of New York, the police department of New York. We were representing a lot of people. We were wearing the different hats, and it meant a lot to us. And to see us, hugging the people from the Atlanta Braves. I was with the Braves before, and I played for the Mets. And those two teams, they don't get along very good. They play very hard. And for us to be hugging, this was much bigger than baseball. It was about America and mending, and actually bringing back a sense of normalcy to the United States, and that's what the president wanted.
Your former manager, Bobby Valentine, he's been a story all year because of what's going on with him in Boston, but I do remember him, who is from Connecticut, so he's from that part of the country. He was right in the middle of, as you pointed out, Shea Stadium. Old Shea Stadium was a staging area, and all the supplies coming to that part of it. Now, he was involved. What did you guys do during that 10-day span when there was no baseball, and there you were right in the middle of what the whole world was watching?
Well, it was tough, because a lot of people, like were playing for the Mets, like John Franco, Leiter, Bobby Valentine. They knew a lot of people from New York, and they knew, or they were very attached to New York. So Bobby Valentine, he was our manager. We worked out like those days that we were not playing baseball, but mainly all of us, we worked out for maybe an hour. He just wanted us to get on the field. But since we were, Shea Stadium was a place where they send all the donations. We were unloading a lot of trucks. I have never unloaded so much water and dog food and canned food in my life. And we were doing it, as, because we felt like, it was our time to help. And, the front office from the New York Mets and everyone was encouraged for us. They encouraged us to do that, and kind of like help out, because they knew the magnitude of the situation that was happening in New York.
Bruce, 10 years ago, that was early in your career.
Yes, it was, very early.
Oh, 11 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 11 years, but, most of my teammates were not even in high school when that happened, but it was definitely, a shocking moment. I felt like, it was very sad. When that happened in New York, it was very, very sad. Everyone in New York is so big, but in the same time, it's so small, because everybody in New York, when that happened, in September 11th, they knew somebody, or they were affected by something. Like they had a family member, a friend, a neighbor, or somebody. They knew somebody that had, something had happened to them at the World Trade Center. So whenever we were playing and actually hearing people cheer for the first time in New York, that was the first time that I've seen a group since September 11 happened, that I've seen the people from New York actually smile and have a good time. And that was the first time. That was the most impressive thing about that game.
So When Piazza hit that home run late in the game, were you out on the dugout or were you inside?
No, I usually after a game, after I finish pitching, I go back inside and get worked on my shoulder, or try to make sure that I can recover fast. But this game was much more than just us playing baseball. It was about New York and people going back into their everyday lives. And after I finished playing, I went inside, I changed my shirt, and then I came back out. And I was there when he hit the home run. And when he hit the home run, and people in New York, they forgot about a lot of stuff. For one moment in their life, they were again happy, and they felt like, okay, we actually, the Mets are playing, they're winning, and they're making a comeback. And that's how they felt, like they can make a comeback from what it had happened in New York, and that for us meant a lot.
Rex mentioned the home run by Piazza, and I know Joel asked you this in the pregame show, but you ended that top of the first inning with a strikeout against Chipper Jones, who probably got his share of booing when he came into town as a member of the Braves. What was that feeling like for you, getting through that first inning, and what was it like just soaking in the crowd after that moment?
Well, it was big. I mean, for the first time in my career, like every time you go out there, you're trying to win ball games. But this was like much bigger than that. We wanted to win the ball game for all the people in New York, and we were very pumped up. And like New Yorkers, yeah, they boo other people, but that game nobody booed anyone. They just cheered, and that was the big difference. And when I got the strikeout, they were cheering, and they were like, that was the first time that I saw people getting out there and actually enjoying some of the time, because when that period of time with the happiness September, everyone was sad. Everyone, they didn't want to go to a party. They didn't want to go to a club. They didn't want to go to a nice restaurant with an opening. Nothing was going on, and they were just dwelling on that. And when that happened, and there was actually a first game in New York, people responded. They came in and they went to support their team, and it was us, the New York Mets.
Well, as we've been talking to you, Bruce, the Royals have scored a run on 3 hits to take a 1-0 lead, and so Will Smith has a little bit of run support, hoping for some more as Johnny Giavotella bats. And I don't know if there's any smooth way to segue from 9/11 to what's going on in the field right now, but while we have you on headset, and while we were talking about you as a young pitcher during that time, I'd like to get your thoughts on the growth and the development you've seen of Will Smith, who's making his 13th major league start tonight.
Oh, I think he has been phenomenal. I mean, his first start was in New York. It didn't go as expected. It's a very tough lineup, a very tough ballpark. But he didn't let that affect him. And he went out there, pitched, and then he got sent down to AAA. He worked on his stuff, he gained his confidence back. And ever since he has come back from AAA, he has been pitching very, very good. I think he's one of the guys that goes deep in the ball games. He throws a lot of strikes, and he's only going to get better. I think his command has gotten a lot better. I think his presence in the mound is very, very good for a young guy. And, he has the stuff to pitch, and I'm very impressed the way he handled himself with a leadoff double. Not leadoff double, but 2 guys on, nobody out. He struck out Willingham. Then, he got out of the inning. So I'm very, very impressed. He's showing a lot of poise right now.
Bruce, when it comes to mentoring, do you go to Will Smith or will he come to you?
Well, actually, I will go to him because from what I've noticed, young guys don't want to talk to veteran guys in the beginning because they think that they are going to say like maybe a stupid question, or maybe they're going to be made fun of. So what I try to do is first, get to know them, so they can get that, so I can establish that bond and confidence that they can come to me at any time they want. And after that, I also try to see what they're trying to do and if I can help in any ways. But, I'm telling you what, Will Smith has been very receptive. I have talked to him numerous times, and, he's always eager to listen and learn. And, he has really, really improved, and I think he's going to be a very good pitcher for the Kansas City Royals for a long time.
Bruce, thanks a lot. Appreciate you spending some time with us to talk about that game that you pitched in as the inning is about to come to an end. Maybe not. Josh Willingham lost it. So the Bruce Chen rally continues as Lorenzo Cain drives in a couple of runs, but we'll let you get back to your teammates. And that's a game, Bruce, I'm sure your grandkids will hear about. That first baseball game as our country was trying to get back to a normal routine after September the 11th. You were right in the middle of it, and thanks for spending some time with us tonight.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, that should go